on in here, and then I'm gonna use one of these here captions. Okay, it's live to go live. And every week I come on here, I keep saying I need some like music to play, and I don't ever. So,
Dun, dun,
great.
dun, 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 dun.
And I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I've been doing a lot of breaking up. Last week I was breaking up, like going
It was
stiff,
just a
and
little bit though.
yeah, and I can see this whenever I see these little lines up here, it says that it's doing that. So, hey, I'm gonna put them on the thing. Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hi, greetings. Um,
Hello.
hi guys. Okay, listen, y'all. Look at we got on orange. We did not plan our outfits at all. So that means we are in sync, we are aligned, and we are ready to go. Okay. So I'm so excited to have you here with me, Angel. I don't
I'm
ever
happy to be
know.
here.
I'm so glad you're here. We kind of wanted to piggy. I know I did wanted to piggyback off of. Excuse in the background. My background. Last week we had Tim on, and we were talking about relationships and kind of getting a male's perspective. But we want to get on here with us something to say, just from the ladies' point of view, and just to see what's being said. Because at this point, it's 2022. Like, I don't know. Like, what memo are we missing? We're still having the same conversations. We still can't get right. And we just want to figure out what's going on. It's like, why is there always like a bumping of heads? What is this? So I'm ready to talk. Is everybody saying hi, sisters? Okay, good.
Hi.
Shay is saying it looks good on his end. So if it breaks up a little bit, as long as you can hear me, great. What's good, ladies? Hey, sisters. Hey. Okay, so we're ready to go. Angel, you ready? You got your questions?
I have my question, so I'm gonna put my glasses on
Oh,
because 40 is around the corner and I need to,
we need our things.
I need to
Okay,
be
you
able to.
guys, let's go. Okay, we're live. All right, we're gonna get started. So we were talking about, relationships and this sort of thing, and why we can't seem to gather ourselves and all of that. So, the first question, so I like to jump right in so we can have
Let's
all the
go.
time.
Let's
And
go.
the first thing that I wanted to first say is what I've been, in my like little study and that sort of thing, and when I'm researching and everything, I've been bumping into this like masculine and this feminine thing a whole lot. And so it got me to thinking, like, is this the problem? Is this where everything is an issue? Because a lot of times, the whole point is for all of us, both the men and women, we both have parts of both masculine and feminine.
Hmm.
And the goal is to balance them. In a
Right.
man, he needs to have both of his balanced. With a female, she needs to have both of hers balanced in order for it to work. And I'm just like sitting here thinking, like, could this be the problem? Because a lot of times there are a lot of women sometimes, whether you're a single mom or just how you were raised and that sort of thing, you find yourself having to be the protector, provider, the this and the that, and all of that. And so you find yourself a lot in your masculine and vice versa. So my first question to you is, um, do you think that could be part of what's happening here? And you yourself, where would you say that you are in all of this, in a balance, or have you figured that out yet for yourself in your masculine and feminine? Are you balanced?
Here I am being ghetto. Can you hear me?
Slightly.
Hold on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn it up because now I can't hear you. So, um,
it's still very low. Like,
Oh,
uh-oh.
how about
Hello, what
now?
about now? That's it. We got you now. Okay. Did it go back out?
Okay.
There you go.
So, no, it's it. I think it's
Yeah,
it.
it's there.
So, yes, I do think that when we start tapping into those other energies more than focusing on what our primary energy should be,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the power struggles come. That's when the balance shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Let a man be a man. And if he can do that, it's much easier for a woman to be a woman. Um, that's just the answer, right?
That's the answer.
But when we have to use a lot of our masculine energy for women, you know, it takes away a lot of our softness and it takes away our ability to be as, you know, nurturing and caring and providing and, like I said, soft as we
Right?
would be ordinarily.
Right. Right.
And then their struggle, the men's struggle is, well, they haven't lost their masculine energy. So now we both have this strong masculine energy. And they're like, but I need you to be soft. And I'm like, and we're like, no, because no,
Because no.
I've had to exercise so much of this masculine energy. Now I have to reprogram myself into saying, let me let me dim it down. Let me go back to being this soft, feminine person. And
Hmm.
everybody's actually not deserving of all of these
No.
changes. It's just simple. Like you can't pretend to have all this masculine energy in one area
Mm-hmm.
and it not exude in all the areas of your life. Like, oh, I want you to I go to work,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I need to care for your emotional well-being. Well,
Mm-hmm.
sir, that's a part of your masculine responsibility to me, the
Absolutely.
feminine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that would only come into
So,
play when he's balanced in both himself.
correct,
Mm-hmm. 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 You're
correct.
right.
So, that is definitely where a big part of the power struggle comes in
Mm-hmm.
for men and women. And I
Mm-hmm.
think once that is more balanced, then a lot of these things won't even be up for debate. They won't even be questionable because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is walking in their divine masculine or feminine.
Right.
But we got a long way to go before we get there because a lot of people don't even recognize this is
It's a
what I'm
thing.
doing. This is what I'm
Yeah.
not doing.
Yeah, they don't even recognize from jump that it's even a thing. Like this is really a thing. You know what I
Correct.
mean? And
Yeah.
life is about balance in everything, not just this. It's just about balance. And if
Yeah.
you don't have that balance, then there's always going to be a bumping of heads. You know what I mean? Especially when everybody's not
Yep.
playing their role. So yeah, I agree. Um, Good, good. So I'm gonna let you go next. You guys, we're trying to set. Okay, first I want to say, someone is saying, "I wish I could call in." I literally just posted on Bombersation's page. So if you just kind of scroll up from this live, scroll up a little bit, leave the live and scroll up. You should see a link that you can click StreamYard if you'd like to come in and have something to say to us live. You absolutely can. I just posted the link. And before, hey Nettie, Nettie said it's her. Um, let's
Hi,
see.
Hedra.
It is a problem because everyone has a different definition. So we need to know what's masculine, what's feminine to them. Okay,
That's also true.
absolutely. That's also true. Everybody has a different definition. But what I would like to say in regards to that, just because everybody has a different definition, d- okay, I don't want to say this. There's one definition, right? Am I right or wrong? And then if everybody's got a different
Yes.
definition, does that make, just because you have a different definition of what you want to say that it is, that doesn't necessarily make your definition the right definition. I think there's one definition and one look at how either side goes, right? Am I right to say that, everybody? And no.
That in itself is the biggest part of the problem because we love to dissect and
and add
restructure
and
and
take away.
rearrange things that just
Mhm.
are so they'll fit whatever we need it to fit, right?
And we
No.
can't do that. We cannot do that. So it is not according to whatever you want it to be or whatever you want it to mean or however
Exactly.
you just are feeling in yourself because, oh, because I've been hurt so much and I've had so many things to happen to me and I had to raise myself so early because nobody cared about me. I'm going to have to be this way and I'm going to have to be that. Well, no, 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 sweet baby, sweet darling. I get that you have been through things, but you cannot rearrange and say this how you going to be or this what your divine feminine going to look like because of what you've been through. And I think that's the issue and that's the bumping of the heads because we want to, make things be what we want them to be because of where we are. And that's just not how it's going to work. It's not going to work like that. Okay. All right, everybody. Everybody is, you are right.
Okay.
But said, but Nandra. Okay. Let me call in. You can call in if you go out and scroll up the page, the Conversations page, just above this live, you should be able to see the link to come in. Right. Okay.
I
So
wish I
and
could
I
share this to my page. I don't know how to do that.
and I didn't even share it, but everybody watch, please share, please share. Also,
Yeah.
you next. I don't want this to be, it might be breaking up, but I didn't want this to be very interviewee. We just want to have a chat, a sister's chat. So it's your turn,
Yeah.
Angel. You have a question.
Okay. Well, I actually, so listen, I've been doing research
Uh-huh.
since Candace was
For
actually
this,
coming on the
we've been
show.
ready.
Yep.
We've been ready.
Because this is dumb. This is dumb. Like, why does
It's
it
so
have to be
dumb.
so difficult?
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have
Um,
to be.
so I was having a conversation with
Mm-hmm.
someone super special, and it was
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of like, once you move out of, and we're kind of I'm shifting a little.
Okay, that's okay.
Once you move out of the honeymoon phase of a relationship, that's when things really start to surface and you kind of start to see things for exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. You're frozen. If you can hear me, you're frozen at the moment. Uh-oh. The same thing happened before, but whatever you did to adjust the volume, because we've lost like the volume again.
Am I back?
That's good. That's good. You're back. Uh-oh, you're stuck. That's okay. Sorry, guys. Y'all notice technical difficulties. Just give us a minute. It'll be fine. Are you there? I'm gonna give her a few seconds. Okay, she went out and she's gonna come back in. But what I did want to say while she's getting her stuff together and she'll be back, what I did want to say, did someone ask the difference in what's the definition in masculine and what's in feminine? So I wanted to like quickly for those who may not know or they're kind of like trying to figure out like what is the definition. Ain't she smiling? My sister got stuck smiling real good and real cute. So I'd like to just touch a little bit on the actual difference in the feminine and the masculine, if that's okay. So it's not just what we want to make up and say because of what we've been through or not been through or that sort of thing. It's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be what it is, sweet daughter. And I'm just gonna and sweet son. Because I've been taking notes too, because I'm really interested in this. This is really something for me. So with the masculine, um, it's leadership, giving leadership, penetration. So that means in all aspects of the word, penetrating in everything, investing, giving into, the woman. You're investing in and you're giving into and you're literally penetrating. That's what the masculine is going to do. He's going to lead, he's going to provide, he's going to protect, he's going to, give structure. He's going to provide, like he's going to service, and I said guidance, right? The feminine, she's going to, be her feminine self. She's going to shine. She's going to take up space. Um, she needs to have an open heart. She needs to be able to receive, be receptive. And when you have this open heart, then you're open to receiving whatever he's giving, whatever he's investing into you, however he's penetrating you in your life. You need to be open to receiving that with an open heart. I think she's coming back. It is your responsibility to create, to multiply. So whatever he invests into you, it's for you to multiply that investment. So if he gives you a house, it's for you to make it a home. He brings the groceries, it's for you to make, you're going to make a meal. You're going to multiply whatever he brings and provides, right? It's for you to be supportive of him, devoted, and completely open. You're going to be completely open, but it's hard to do. Okay, she's back. Hey, are you back?
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl, it's okay because we kept it rocking and rolling. So
You
I was
better.
just
You
telling them like the
better.
difference between like the masculine and the feminine. And I think when we are
Yeah.
living in the only way for us to balance this masculine and this feminine, especially, and I can speak for women, the best way for us to balance this is to heal the masculine inside. See, we've allowed the masculine to take place outside and in our outer world, and that's not meant for us to do. It's meant for the masculine
Right.
himself to come into our lives and provide the masculine in our outer world. See, but the way to heal it, you have to heal that masculine on the inside, and the way to do that is to allow that what's on the inside, that masculine inside, to do these things: the penetration, the protection, the structure, the service, the guidance. You're allowing it to happen on the inside of you. So when you hear people say, you
Hmm.
have to love yourself first, you have to do that, and you have to do that, it's so cliche, but it's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper. We have to have a whole nother
Right.
segment, right? But the way to do that, the way to love yourself is to allow the masculine inside to provide those things within yourself. And then that's how you heal it. Sometimes it's maybe daddy issues or something you went through with a male figure, and you have to heal those things inside of you in order to allow the inner child, that inner girl inside. You have to, love her. You have to create like some boundaries, some structure, like all that within. So that's how you're going to balance the two. And once you're that way, then now you're securing yourself, because a man is looking for a secure woman. We hear this all the time. But how can you be secure? Now you're securing yourself. You've provided that security, the full range of that, the full love within yourself, in order to be open to receive this masculine to come in and then provide it into your outer world, into your life. This structure, I provide structure out here. You're
Absolutely.
you're meant to provide the structure within yourself. No man is meant to do that for you. He can't do that for you. It's something you have to do for
Yeah.
yourself. This is why people say people can't complete you. You have to do that for yourself. And once you do that, now you
Right.
are open and ready to receive. See, part of that feminine is receiving. You're ready to receive the divine masculine to come into your life and provide all these things in your outer world. Okay, that was enough
That's
of my
right.
spiel. We're gonna have a whole thing on y'all because I'm serious about this. We gotta get down to the bottom. Okay, so Angel,
It's important.
it's
Yeah.
very important. It's very important. So now you're back. We're ready to see what you were saying. What were you saying?
Okay. So I was talking about the honeymoon phase.
The honeymoon
It is,
phase.
I
Yes.
think, a belief that it has to end, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't stay in this fantastical, romantical situation that you get in when you're initially in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's false. Um,
Mm.
and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
If if we are engaging in a romantic relationship, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't want the entirety after the honeymoon is over. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
the entirety to feel like we're always working to get that back,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's over. It's done.
because you've killed it. Oh, it's got to die
Yeah.
because we need to be real. We need to wake up. We need to see each other for exactly who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Mm-hmm.
do both. What's the problem with balancing both? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because what if that's who I am, right? Like, what
Right.
if me at my core is this romantic person? My love language is touch
Mm-hmm.
and affirmation and time. Well, if
Mm-hmm.
those are a part of my love language, 8.7 times out of 10, I am the person who likes the honeymoon to stay forever. Yeah,
To
we
stay
still
forever.
have real life outside of it,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the problem with working to have a balance of both?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the
So,
question is,
okay. Mm-hmm.
do you think that it's possible
Mm-hmm.
to sustain some level of honeymoon throughout your relationship or marriage or whatever it is that your goal is?
You know what? I'd have to say that, see, I'm always told that what I want and the way that I romanticize things to be, it doesn't exist. And that maybe it may be a little fairy tale-ish, you know. Um, but I'd like to say that it's possible. And even if you have little pieces along the way and little bumps in the road where maybe things seem a little bit off, I just feel like with both parties and both people working together, and it is something that you both want, I feel like it's something that you can get. But also keeping in mind that in relationships, we have to know that we're ever changing. But even outside of relationships, it's
Correct.
because just us as human beings, we're forever changing. So I feel like with that, with each change, you're having to learn each other again. So that might be the little bump. That might be the little, like, what's this? This is something I have to figure out. That may be the something different, you know what I mean? But when you, just like when you first met each other, then you take out the time to work through those kinks, and then if you are willing, I feel like you should be able to meet each other where you are now, again, once again, and then you can kind of honeymoon in wherever, wherever you are now, and the new things.
I
um
agree.
but that's how I feel. And I because how can you do this forever? I don't understand the idea of forever if you can't find a way to, keep the spark. Because to me, the honeymoon phase is the spark. It's that thing, whatever ignited when you first. If you can't keep that, and if you can't find a way to bring that back and to reel it back in, how do you make it to forever? You almost can't. You literally just almost can't. Oh wait, I wanted to go here. It says the only reason the honeymoon phase leaves is because they no longer view you romantically. Okay, so I'd like to know what look at Angel. If they no longer view you romantically, what do you do? And how do you
What,
get what how do you get this
well,
back?
what
How
am
do you
I
get it
here
back?
for?
What am I here for if you no longer view me romantically? And if I no longer and if I no longer view you romantically? So then does that mean it's done? And also, are things meant to be forever? Because I know we're jumping around a little bit, guys, but we're really wanting to get to the bottom of it, because we're talking about still
Yeah,
with the honeymoon phase. But then I'm wanting to know, have we come into this life thinking that things are meant to be forever, when in fact some things are only meant to be experienced for a time? So are we trying to drag on? And hear me out, because I think the Christianity way, and I hate to bring church into it, but I used to be, I grew up a church girl, but I think they teach you to, this is forever, and it's you don't divorce, and you never, that sort of thing. But what if, sometimes you get into the wrong thing. You may not know these different points before, and or what if it was meant to be experienced just for a time? What if maybe you weren't meant to get married, but you did, or whatever, however it is? What if it was meant to just be an experience and be the thing that brings you to whatever lesson you need to learn in order to move on? Then in that case, you're not bringing a romance back, huh?
It's
But
not coming.
they're not gonna view you romantically, or because
Mm-mm.
the time may have is probably spent, and we're holding on to this idea of what life has told me forever is supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And that may not be the case. And so we're living a life and we're stressed. But I just say, aside from that, if this is your person, if this is somebody you're supposed to be with, then without a doubt, without question, this person is going to at every turn try to meet you where you are and re-spark, rekindle, always speaking your language. You're always speaking their language. I just feel like it'll come back around unless it's not meant to be. And then what? Do you stay in a marriage? What say y'all in the comments? What say y'all? This is a
And
lot.
see, this is why we can't get it together. This is
This is why we can't get it
why we can't
together.
get it
And somebody is saying it
together.
is possible to keep the honeymoon phase. I think it is. Sometimes you might lose
I
it, but I
think
think it's
so.
possible to get
It
it back.
has to.
It has to be. This says, my question is, have men and women truly taken the time to sit down and write down on paper what they truly want and need in a partner? The honeymoon phase shouldn't end too quickly, even after people show more layers of themselves. I
That's the
agree.
truth.
It should
That's the
not
truth,
end so
sweet pea.
fast. It should, sweet pea. It shouldn't end as fast as maybe the vacation y'all took after you said I do. It shouldn't be over with
Right.
the vacation, even after you start seeing,
Right.
like you
Because,
said, start seeing the layers. Go
but
ahead.
here's the thing, like, even in a honeymoon phase is not butterflies and sunshine and rainbows all the time.
All the time. Yeah, it's not.
It
It's not.
can't be, because that's not how life works. Things happen.
No.
Things haphazardly, like unexpected things happen. Do you
hmm
stop caring for your partner because something random has happened, or do you stop showing them a certain level of affection because you're trying to see what's real or see what's not real? Like, no, you don't do that, because
No.
how can you? Because what you're gonna do, and I'm
hmm
speaking for Angel,
Okay.
if you take away if you take away too much of my affection, what you're gonna do is see me pissed off.
You gonna see me mad now. Now you're gonna see me
I'm now
mad.
mad because I'm like, what happened? I don't understand.
I
I
don't
don't
understand.
what did I miss?
Yeah.
It just and it's all about balance. Yes, when people clap their hands and they tap
hmm
on stuff, they
hmm
serious. It's all about balance and knowing your person, right? Like,
hmm
because
hmm
there are some things your person may require that may not be your natural love language, right?
hmm
Like,
hmm
we love through our love language. It's
hmm
selfish. It's
hmm
selfish too. But it's what we do because it's what we want to receive, and that's how we know how to love.
Yeah.
The 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 thing that we miss is learning our partner's love language early on, to
hmm
know how to love them, to know what their triggers are, to know what excites them, to know how to move when things are not as they should be. And
hmm
that's where the big part of the disconnect happens.
Yeah.
So, if and again, this is not stuff that everybody takes the time to find out. They
No.
just around here willy-nilly, being in
No.
stuff and out of stuff, and just doing stuff, not
Yeah.
even having a reason to do
To
it.
be
Oh, I
doing
like
it.
you, I think you're cute, you got good bomb sex. Great. Now what?
That be it. And
I don't
now
know.
what? I have no idea.
I
Then
don't
what
know.
now? And so this one says it's not about the feeling, it's about a commitment. Now,
That
What are you gonna say before I say what I was gonna say?
I definitely
Okay, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say. Okay,
go ahead, and then I'll chime in. Go ahead.
but I had to reel myself in because my immediate response was finna say lies. Ego immediately came over me, and y'all, I'm working on myself, so this is not to the person, because again, I can't see who all is saying this stuff, so it's not even to you personally. First thing and see, this is the problem. See, ego gets in the way, and whatever you done been through get in the way, and the first thing I'm like, lies. If I don't feel it, I ain't it. So but let me get myself in. I'm glad I was able to gather myself, because this, the first part of me want to say, I don't feel it. It ain't right. This ain't for me. That's the first thing. See, I don't feel it.
Right.
It ain't for me. But I want to reel it in. Let me reel it in, because I want to be able to say that's a part of it. That is true. Because when you commit to someone, even, it's true. I had to think about it, because even when you don't feel like it, or even when you feel upset, or even when you feel, listen, I have had it. You have committed yourself to making it work, to talking it out. And if you're with the right person, and if you're with someone who cares, and he or she wants all of it, wants all of what you're giving, all of what you're dishing, like, okay, that's how you feel, let's talk about it, let's get down to the bottom of it. But that, I think that comes with the openness, the being open, the being vulnerable. See, we have to be that way in order to get down to the stuff that makes you feel away. Because see, that was just like a trauma response. Okay. Like, because you know what it's like to like not be feeling it, to not,
Right.
and then, to not have someone who cares about what is concerning to you. So I'm going to take, but I want to be transparent and say my initial thing was lies, but no, you're right. It's not always about how you feel today, because sometimes we're not going to always feel a way, but it is about the commitment that you made to seeing this through. And I think you owe it to that person, give them a chance. Like, okay, you feeling that way, or I'm feeling this way. I need you to know that I'm feeling this way, or we need to figure it out. So that's at first I was like, but okay, I had to bring myself together. This is why stuff can't be right. Some egos and attitudes and trauma
Here's what
responses.
I'm gonna say.
Say it.
You crazy. I'm gonna say last.
Lies. No, but no, this is true. It is about the commitment. It's true.
Um, it is also about a feeling, because here's the
It
thing.
is about feeling too. I think, yes, I
They
think that's,
they have to coincide. I'm not gonna
I
commit
think
to
so.
I don't feel nothing about. Okay,
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And I think maybe they're talking about once you've committed, then now you
I'm
gotta.
going there. I'm going
Mhm.
there.
Okay, go there. Get there. Okay, we're
I'm going
getting
there.
there. Okay.
We commit to the most ridiculous things, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
That's
We
true.
commit to routines. I'm on
Mm-hmm.
my way to work. I need to have a cup of coffee. That's a commitment to this coffee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I get to work. I need to send an email. This is commitment to my routine.
Yeah.
I need to call my best friend by a certain time of day to check in. That's a commitment to my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to we commit to e- even on a, let's take it on a relational level. We
Yeah.
commit to people that we don't know if it's going to work or not
Mm-hmm.
because of a feeling,
Feeling.
right?
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
they chase. We'll go to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Men are committed to the chase
Mm-hmm.
until the catch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once the catch has happened, now they're committed to being like, okay, now I need to either settle in on this or I need to figure out how to exit stage left.
How to exit. Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying all that to say anything that you're giving your time and your energy, you have some level of commitment to. It doesn't have to be this grandiose
Yeah.
idea of commitment. We're not talking about long-term marriage. We're just talking about the baseline of what the definition of commitment is. It's something that you are dedicating your time to, even if
Mm-hmm.
it's for a small amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, to bring it on a more grand scale, yeah, if I'm committed to making this work,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, I'm going to put in the work
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that we move each step, and we are doing that congruently. I'm not trying to run past you and wait on you to catch up with me.
No. Mm-mm, not at all.
We need to walk side by side in
Yeah.
this journey to
Mm-hmm.
commitment. And again, this is Angel talking. This isn't written and etched nowhere.
No,
This is just
none of this. We're
Angel.
just trying to see. We're just trying to put our ideas together. That's it. We're trying to
This is
find
just
out
my
what's what.
thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think in order to commit, you got to have some kind of feeling about it first. And I know that's
Gotta
what
feel
you're
some.
saying, but I don't want to dismiss the feelings. We can't dismiss the feeling.
No, we can't dismiss feelings. But I think what I'm gonna say, this person was saying, this is Bommy was saying, that once you've made a commitment, then now it's more about that than and less feelings. But I'm gonna also have to say that um a part of, and y'all, we need to have seriously this masculine and this feminine discussion, just one whole show, because I do
Yeah,
believe that a part of your divine feminine is operating out of feeling. What do you feel? And your feeling a lot of time has to do with your gut, what your gut says, your intuition, and just us as women, we have to strongly and solely depend on that, because that is our inner voice, that is our higher self, um, telling us and speaking to us and giving us the answers to things. It's like it's that alert to let you know, like, something's off. Some ain't, some ain't. So I think that's where I was going with it too. But absolutely, you're not committing if there's no feeling. If you're not feeling a feeling, you're not doing that. So I think
I'm
it
not.
all go. I think it goes hand in hand. I think it does. Okay, I want to read this one. We have to understand ourselves to know when we're in lust versus love.
That
Is
and
that
that takes
part
time,
that do
honestly.
take time? Because here we are in 2022, still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
In my lifetime,
yeah.
it's called a lifelong commitment. Women are often focused on a feeling which fluctuates frequently. When you when you are in a commitment, I guess, you work it out regardless of the feeling the honeymoon brings. Did I say commitment? So maybe that's the same person saying, and so our feelings fluctuate. But again,
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Angel.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
As a person, as a woman who is currently transitioning out of a commitment,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
um, no, everything isn't about a feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, gone are the days where anybody should commit. If you're in a partnership, we're doing this together. One person is committed to one thing, the other person is committed to something totally different, and they don't match. What do you do then?
What do you do?
Let's go to counseling. Let's talk. Let's have open and honest discussions and say, what's your commitment to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hear your commitment. And now what's my commitment to do? Because hey, all of this should have done prior to saying I do, correct?
That's true. We should have been did this. We're a little late
This
doing
this should
this.
have happened we're behind the curve, way
Yeah.
behind the curve. But here we are,
Yeah.
and commitments don't align. And one person is saying, I'm going to compromise to meet your commitment. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that person that has done the compromising
Mm-hmm.
is going to completely lose themselves
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because of this commitment, right? We're talking about this commitment. Why are they losing themselves? Because whatever they were thinking, because they're honoring this commitment,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever their thoughts and ideas about it were, they're gone now because, oh, I got to compromise so we can hold on to this commitment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because these are the things that don't come up. So we start talking about things like, and Bonnie, this ain't directed towards you. This is
Ooh.
just whoever the Bonnie was about the commitment, because we can't see your names
Yeah, we don't
at all.
know. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but when we start talking about commitment, what are we committing to? Are we clear on what it is that we're committing to? Do
Right.
these commitments align? Are they the same?
Somebody's
And
on
if they
here.
are not,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
what do you do? What do you do then?
What do you do?
You continue to honor the commitment because that's what you said you were going to do,
Who, girl?
or you continue to lose yourself because you're honoring this commitment, and then you wake up one morning and you're like, I have no idea who that person is on the this reflection of the mirror looks like somebody I knew. I have no idea who that is because I'm honoring this commitment.
This commitment. There's somebody here. Do you want to bring them on and they have a question? Do you want to?
Come on in the room.
It's
Hey,
Danny. Hi, Danny. How are you?
Hi.
I'm doing
Hi,
great. I'm
Danny.
doing. Hey,
Oh,
I'm doing
good.
great. Can you guys
Are
hear
you
me?
the one with the commitment? Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes, I
We
am.
knew it was you. That you
Hi,
was
Mr.
smiling too big and
Commitment.
bright, Mr. Commitment. Oh gosh, Danny. Okay, so um, we'd like to hear exactly what it is that you have to say,
Yes.
and there's no rush. However, we do have a little time thing, so we want to kind of get right to it. But
Absolutely.
welcome, Danny.
Yeah,
Hi.
glad to
What
be
do
Hi,
you?
on. Glad to
Danny.
be on. So I'll be
Good.
succinct. I am the person who posted the comment about it's not about a feeling, it's about a commitment. And
Okay.
so before, but real quick, so I so I'm a guy, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
man, so it's gonna come from the masculine perspective. So I
Okay.
We
want to
Great.
need it.
create, so I want to create that just in case that so it's not triggering.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I think what happens, I think in relationships is that that once the person has made a decision to commit to someone via marriage, be it via saying, hey, I'm your boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
be it, hey, we're going to be exclusive, then that
Mm-hmm.
person made a commitment, say, hey, this person is someone that I'm going to commit to, right? Via there was a feeling that they had when they first got together, that this person had some attributes that I loved, that I enjoyed, that were absolutely phenomenal. And so that created that decision to be committed to them. But I think what happens over time, because you guys were talking about this honeymoon phase, I think what happens is anything that gets that you have for a long period of time eventually wears out, and that initial excitement that you had always deteriorates over time, right? You get a new car, you're excited about it, but what happens? No one can eat in it. I don't want any dirty shoes in it, but then next thing you know, you eating in it, eating fries and burgers in it. Everybody can do whatever on it. Why? Because over time, what became that new feeling became normal again. It became rudimentary, and so what I think is that instead of us trying to focus on extending this honeymoon phase, I think what we should do is decide to make a commitment. No matter how this person in this example evolves over time, because we all evolve as we get older, we start experiencing new things. That each person should that person should make a commitment to say, no matter how much this person has evolved, no matter how this person has changed because they came have a new experience in life, I'm making a commitment to be with them because of the initial decision as to why I was with them or decided to be with them in the first place. Because think about this, and I don't have the stats
Mm-hmm.
on this, but I know that they're not good. That you think
Mm-hmm.
about marriages, most
Mm-hmm.
people most people who get divorced the first time, and they normally get divorced more than once when they commit the second time. So for more people get divorced the second time than they do the third time. Why? Because it's not about a feeling, this honeymoon phase. It's about a person making a commitment regardless of what changes throughout the process.
That's good, Danny. I mean, that's good. I mean,
That's
that's
real good.
good.
Listen, and
That's
listen,
good.
listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
That's
be
good.
transparent here. I'm gonna keep it in real life. So I'm married. I've been married. I got married when I was 19 years old, and I've been married for 19 years. Okay, at 19 years old, I didn't know what I wanted. We evolved in our 20s and our 30s. There was a time when I never got to experience what it felt like to be single because I got married at 19. And when I finally evolved as a man, I realized, wow, like there's certain qualities that I want in someone that maybe she doesn't possess. So what do you do at that point? Do I say, you know what, I'm gonna just jump ship and decide to find someone else now with this new evolved understanding of who I am? No, I made a commitment at the beginning. So as I'm evolving, she needs to adjust and say, okay, he's changed a little bit, but I'm gonna make a commitment to be with him because I made that commitment in the first place. And you evolve and grow until I guess however long it lasts. That's just my thoughts.
No, that's good. That's good. But only, especially if you have someone who is willing to evolve and change into what it is that you are needing in your life, especially um if like you said, if you got started and it was something you didn't know what you wanted then, but now if that person is not willing, I guess the thing is, that's a good question. Do you stay? That that almost leads you into the next question. What do you do then? Do you just stay and you just kind of keep looking and in a commitment, and you know what I mean? Like, what happens from there? Like, I mean, and you would have to get to that point to know, obviously. So I'm not
Yeah,
saying that you would
absolutely.
know, but no, that's good. And so thank you. I really appreciate that perspective, because that's
Thank you,
true.
Danny. That was really
That is
good.
true. That was so good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Danny.
Perspective is always requested and welcome.
We
So
need
thank
it.
you.
We need
Awesome.
it.
Now I know how to. It's funny because when you first started this, Candace, I was trying to get in. Like, how can I get in? I finally figured it out.
You
So
figured it out. Yeah, it's the link. Yeah, I'll
yeah, that
post the
link.
link.
Make sure you come
Yeah.
back.
We'll do. We'll
Yes.
do. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have someone else here.
I
Oh,
heard it. We got another coming in. Come on in the room.
we have someone else here.
Come on here, Rosie. Hey, Rose girl.
Great words. Thank you, Shay.
Hey, Nedra.
Hi. Can y'all
Mhm.
hear me?
We can hear you so good, girl.
I didn't want to log in earlier because, yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations on that sweet face
Aw,
baby.
Mommy.
thank you. Before
Hmm.
I forget, I just want to tell Danny, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure Danny had to recommit over the years.
I should
Um,
have brought you on so you could address Danny.
yeah, because so here's the thing. We commit to the wrong things, and I'm pretty sure at 19 you
He could.
committed to the wrong thing. Because at 19 versus 30, I'm a completely different person. I've gone through completely
Hello.
transformational things that
Hello.
need to commit to different things. And
Hmm.
so I think once we say, I'm gonna commit, I think we forget the love piece. And I
Mm.
typed in there that lust versus love thing.
Okay, I did read that. Hmm.
Because sometimes if I put a post in there about, if I give you money today and it make you feel fantastic, you're going to expect that from me. You're going to expect that feeling from me
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that feeling from me is only because I gave you money. So I'm going to have to give you money all the time in order for you to feel that way. And some people do that.
Yeah.
And that's some
Mm-hmm.
people's commitment.
Mm-hmm.
They commit to giving that person money and making them feel that way. But
Yeah.
if I commit to loving you unconditionally, that's a totally
Mm.
different commitment. If I say
Not
I
the
just
same.
commit to loving you unconditionally, that means no matter what you change into, because you say we are ever changing, that
Uh-huh.
means no matter what you change into, I'm gonna love because I've committed to loving you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that. So I can commit to the wrong thing. And then when you are no longer that, I'm no longer committed.
Woo! Good God.
You
Good
talking good,
God.
lady.
You're talking good. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, Danny. Danny came back. Do you want to talk to Danny? Danny. Danny, I'm bringing you here. We
Well,
got
hello again.
2 minutes. Maybe not even that to say. Let's go. Did you have something to say, Danny?
Mhm.
2
Now,
minutes.
girl, now need y'all now,
Two
now,
minutes.
now. I know we gotta be brief. I'm gonna try not to be
Mm-hmm.
long winded, but you are absolutely right. I'm not no, commitment at 19. I'm a totally different person than I am, let's say, at the age of 30. Absolutely, and so um, again, that's that evolution process that you have to go through with realizing that the commitment I made at 19, maybe I didn't do it with the full understanding of the ramifications behind it, but here's what I would say: when we make a decision, we must also make that decision the right decision. It's not about because here's the thing. Let's say I get 30 years old and now I make a decision to make another commitment. Who say I won't evolve through that? And then when I turn 35 and 40, the person of whom I committed to is not the same person who I intended them to be when I was 30 years old. So when am I going to then decide that whatever decision I made, I have to make it the right one? And I'm not just fluctuating based on my newfound understanding about who I truly want. To me, that leads to person always finding and going to different people trying to find something, because the truth is that we all evolve as people, right? We all
That's
are not
real
the
Yeah.
true.
same, so we have to. So I know I don't want to be long-winded, but what I would say is that we need to make the commitment. If I made a decision to be with this person and marry them, then I need to
Mm-hmm.
just make that commitment and just make it the right one and just evolve with that person.
And
There
now
it
Yeah.
just
is.
response to that, I don't disagree. Um, but my only point is you committed to loving that person. You committed to loving them.
Yeah.
And again, you had to recommit because I'm pretty sure
Oh
they're
yeah.
a completely different person.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my only point. You have to recommit.
You're
But
right.
the only way and the only thing and the only reason you will recommit is because you committed to loving them unconditionally. No other reason.
You're right.
You didn't commit to any feeling they gave you. You committed to loving them unconditionally, and I'll stay here no matter what.
Yep. And that's it. There's nothing that she can do that would ever make me decide to not be with her. Not be, there's nothing she can do because I made that commitment. So if she does something that is way out of bounds on what I would expect, I'm gonna say, you know what? As she evolves over time, then I'm gonna wait till she gets to a place where she understands that that thing was the wrong thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then reconnect or get back into the proper space that we originally, the commitment that we originally made. To me, that's what it's all about. Because if not,
Mm-hmm.
we're just going to fluctuate based on how we feel at any given moment in time. And then
That's
to
the
me, that
truth.
doesn't create the stability that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well
Correct.
said. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really
That's
appreciate
it.
it. This is good. This is getting good. Thank you, Natty. Thank you,
Mhm.
Danny.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We're gonna have to have a three or four, and if because we didn't even get to the surface of what we were supposed to be talking. But these are all like, but this is it though. Actually, we did like this. I feel like this is surface. Like I think this is the deeper part, and then we'll go back to. Yeah.
I ain't even got, Angel, is you stand
Look at here.
if things are not the
Look at here.
you made a commitment, Angel.
I did. I made
Where's
a
mine? I got questions. We didn't get to them, y'all.
I made a commitment to this podcast and we didn't even get there.
Oh my gosh, this is something else. This is
Y'all. But but this is so vital because it's like, and we wonder why we can't figure it out.
because
Well,
all I've
an hour
heard,
isn't
and this
gonna
may
do it.
be bad. This may be really bad, but what I've heard so far, and I know so many people um who stay because of this, oh, I made a commitment, I made these vows, I did X, Y, and Z, and they're miserable. They're absolutely miserable. And they're waiting for it to change. But I mean that's a whole nother story. Like, that's loaded. And I think the whole point is, like, from jump. I think the point that we have gotten to is that what we're missing from jump is knowing these things from the very beginning. Because to save you from getting in a place of, well, when it gets there, how do I do this? Or how do I keep, like, um where it feels like to me we're missing it is the beginning. It's the beginning. And I think yes,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with not starting with ourselves first. Where somebody say we don't know the difference between lust and love. We don't know the difference between this or that, or what we're committing to, or if it's unconditional. Like, we don't even know. And I believe we don't know because we really don't even, our inside, what is happening within our mind and within ourselves, is full of chaos. It's full of trauma. It's full of this and full of that. And we're looking for people outside of ourselves. We're looking for things and situations outside of us to make us okay, and to make us feel away. And then once that's gone, like they say, once the honeymoon phase is gone, then they don't have anything else to offer you. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
it's not fulfilling me, it's not doing this. And why? Because you didn't take the time before all of this to go within, to
correct.
sit with yourself, to even
Yep,
know what it is that you
yep,
want, what it is that you're looking for, so that you could
yep.
know from jump, is this something, or does this person have the ability to evolve with me? Does this person, are they committing
Ability,
themselves the very same way that I'm committing myself? Because a lot of times, you hear people say, you can't love him more than he loves you. Like, because if so, it's not going to go right. If a woman is loving a man more than he's loving her, then it's just not going to go right. And sometimes we throw ourselves all fully into something, and the other part, the other side ain't doing that. And then now, before you know, you look up, it's years down the line, children involved. And then, you're like, well, this ain't it. This ain't what I wanted it to. And it's because you didn't take the time initially to even know.
and again, that's even in just in the knowing. Like, if you don't, like you were saying, if you don't have that internal healing, if you haven't, even if you're in healing, like within the whole
Yeah.
process of healing, a lot of times we don't even know what it is we're supposed to be looking for because we haven't, like you said, made those bullet points, checklist. This, okay, I need to be aware
Hmm.
of whatever, because we're asleep inside, we're dead, we just around here moving around being mechanical and not feeling nothing, and not trying to shed all of this baggage and stuff. It's kind of, it's pitiful, but we do it because, oh, I don't have time for that. I have all these things to do, and I have these children, and I have these other commitments to all of these other
Hmm.
people, and we haven't even made the commitment to ourselves to be a
Ourselves.
whole person.
We're half healed and keep jumping in these half healed experiences. And then we're wondering why. So that right, we had so much to go with this. We're definitely going to have to make this a part two, because, but I think we got down to the bottom, because I think the, with the title, I said, ladies, are we the problem? But it sounds like we all play a role. We're all to blame.
We
And I
all
think
are.
it's because
We all are.
we never we didn't get the proper tools handed down to us from our parents and generations
Oh no,
before,
because they
because they
didn't
didn't
know.
know. They didn't know. And somewhere the lines got crossed, and things got mixed up and messed up, and we didn't get what we needed to know. And what we needed to know was we needed to heal first properly, balance out that feminine and masculine within ourselves, before we're prepared for doing that, being in something with someone else. And if they've done the work themselves and then we have done the work, then it's, right there, it's going to be a good match. You're going to evolve well together. You're going to work through things well together. You're going to do um, all the things well together, So at least we got down to the bottom of what's the issue. The issue
The
is
issue is the beginning. It's the
the
beginning. It's the
beginning.
self
It's
and
the
it's the
beginning.
beginning. I have to say this very quickly. I'm sorry. I know we're
Say
over
it.
time,
No,
but
say
super,
it.
super fast. Um, as much as I hate to admit this, and I really,
Say it.
I don't like being wrong. Who we should not be so focused on physical attributes and physical attractiveness and physical touch, sexing and stuff, as we should. Who is this person inside?
Building.
Who
Building.
are you
Who are
on the
you?
inside of you? It's
And
taking me,
mhm,
it's throwing me back. And the more that I'm going through the process currently, the
mhm,
more I understand it, the more it makes sense. The more I'm like, now I see why ain't none of this other stuff work. I get it.
I get it.
Dadgummit.
Mhm. Who are you? And then looking at yourself and saying, "Who am I?" Because you have to know
First.
that first. Like, I don't even know how to figure myself out. So how dare I even begin to believe that I could
First.
figure someone else out?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even make
Yep.
sense. And I think the current relationship that Holly Berry is in right now, she said, they kind of met while they were in freshly in quarantine, and she said all they did was talk on the phone, and then eventually they started to FaceTime. Said this went on for like a full year or a little over before they actually even got together in person. And she said this has been the best relationship she has experienced. And I said
I'll
it this way
bet.
because you're
I'll bet.
right. I think we jump into this other stuff way too soon before we take the time, to
Yep.
really connect with someone and really feel like all the feelings. Like, is this somebody who I can grow through things with? Can this person control whatever these feelings and whatever these rising of emotions in themselves and
Hmm.
contain it? Long
Yeah.
enough, like if you can control, and if you've got discipline and you can control like emotions and things and all of that, if you could do that, then you can be like disciplined enough to, move forward in said relationship. Oh, y'all, this was so good. I think this was better than what I thought. Like I thought we were gonna get here and we're gonna be, well, what you
It
think?
was supposed to go somewhere else.
It was supposed to
Yeah.
do, but I
Yeah.
believe that things happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. I think it went exactly how it
Yep.
needed to go. And I'm
Yes.
looking forward to, I want to read this one from Jayla. We are living in a generation that is more focused on the sexual aspect of relationships in the beginning, that we lose sight of the emotional and spiritual side. So the honeymoon phase doesn't last and the relationship falls because we don't know the person. And she said this
Don't have
like
a clue
a
who
long
they
time
are.
ago. So she been said that. Jayla been, I think that's the point.
It's
The honey
it's the truth.
is the
It's
truth.
the truth.
The honeymoon phase
And,
lasts
but
only if we take the time to learn somebody.
and I think to Danny's point though,
Yeah.
when you put in that level of work prior to
Mhm.
even deciding we're going to date,
Mhm.
we're going to be exclusive.
Mhm.
By the time you make it to, if the goal is marriage, by
Mhm.
the time you make it there, you've committed so long ago to this person at their core.
Yes.
You don't really have much choice
Yeah.
to figure it out. Like, this is
Mhm.
what we're doing. I'm rocking with you till the wheels fall off because I've invested so much in the commitment of getting to know who
Who you
you
are.
are.
And
Period.
and I feel comfortable in committing to who
I'm
you are because I've
comfortable.
had the time to
Yeah,
know you
because I know you.
aside from
I know
anything
you.
else because I know you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do believe more there would be more success if people took the time to do that at the beginning, because at a certain point you
Mhm.
I'm going this is going to work, or
Mhm.
it's not. Like,
Mhm.
nobody's slow. Like, you're not, you
Mhm.
make the choice to say, but I'm gonna keep on trying. I know it's not working, but I'm gonna keep on trying. That's a choice.
That's a choice. Whew. Angel, what you doing next week? We gonna have to
Listen, I'll be right here, same time, same.
we
Hopefully, I
gonna have
can
to
get
do
off
it
work a little
again.
earlier and make it somewhere on some Wi-Fi. I don't have to be in this car.
Girl, everything is just happened exactly how it needed to. Like,
It did. It did. This was
okay,
so freaking
this was so
good.
good. This was really good. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think my brain it is now. I'm gonna be back
Yeah.
researching. I already got this book pages and pages and pages because I dive into this stuff. So I'm gonna be back doing it. We're gonna have to come back because I want to get to this other stuff we have to talk about and say. So
It's so much. I think we should try to bring Tim. Tim was good. Tim was
we'll
very
bring Tim
insightful.
back. We gotta find Tim.
I think
We gotta find Tim.
if he'll
Mhm.
come, if he's available. But
Yeah,
I listened. I think I watched it twice. I think because I'm like, oh, I feel like I missed something. Let me go back see what Tim had to say.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
I'm listening. Candace, I already know what you go. I feel like I already know
You already know what
what
I'm
you're
gonna say.
gonna say.
You already know.
But fun
Okay.
time.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. This was such a great show on Conversations. I mean, this was lit, and we was lit, and we was all lit. Okay,
Everything
this
is
was
lit.
so good. Everything is lit. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna have to jump. I would love to do a part two because we didn't get to half of what we wanted to say. It was gonna be juicy. I wanted to get to the juicy stuff. I wanted to get to the juicy stuff, so
Gotta
we
get to
will.
the juicy.
Thank you guys for being here. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Angel, for taking the time
Thanks for
in
having
any
me.
situation to get on here with me. I really appreciate it. And Danny and Nedra and all of you who are watching
Thanks,
and
guys.
offering your feedback in the comment section. I love you.
And everybody
Mhm.
catching the replay. Hey,
Catch the replay. Hey, replay. Okay, we love you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Okay,
have
bye.
a good night.